Ladies and gentlemen, you just tuned into the baddest podcast in the universe. If you don't know, now you know. I'm your host, Silos. And right now, he's right here, but I'm not gonna tell you who he is. Check him out.
Thought we forgot about Tuskegee. African-American men injected with syphilis. Remember Henrietta Lacks, you took her cells without. Long ago, I was a menace to society. It's like I didn't have parental advisory. In sobriety, had me wilding out of control. Bailing out the liquor store with a case of old gold. Long ago, it was all so simple, yet difficult. You live and you learn, but the truth gon' set you free.
Khujo Goodie, what's up, my man?
Man, what the business is. Home team, good to meet you, brother.
Man, you got $1 million smile, brother.
Well, I'm feeling good.
You know, being called this living legend, from wherever you go, people do tell you, I know they do.
Yeah.
What does that feel like for you?
Man, a living legend, man, that's a great title to have, especially if you've done the things to be called a living legend. You know what I mean? So I guess that's an accolade. It could be a little cliche, but when you get into the things that a legend does, you know what I mean, you begin to accept that, you know what I mean? So I accept all those accolades, man, because that's what we fought for. We fought to be recognized. We fought for the civil rights of Atlanta, Georgia, as far as in hip hop. And we fought to be heard, you know what I mean? So if somebody want to call me a living legend, bring it on, man.
I appreciate that. You make me feel better because, you know, in my mind, you know, you hear that a lot.
Right, right.
And like you say, a cliche.
Right, right.
Sometimes it can sound like someone's just trying to, you know, say some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for you, going into the game of entertainment,
right,
as a newcomer, why did you want to do it?
Why did I want to do this thing called hip hop? Man, I can remember middle school, Southwest Middle School in Southwest Atlanta. Curtis Blow came to my school, man.
Curtis Blow,
Houdini.
The
Fat Boys. I'm talking about
Fat Boys.
Come on, man. We talking about hip hop. You know what I'm talking about? Coming to my school. Now, I didn't know what the hell was going on in the city, but I think the Fresh Fest was going on, but I had no idea. And so the principal said, I got a surprise for you, calling over the intercom. I got a surprise for y'all, everybody. You can hear the whole school like, ooh, ooh. Then Buffy comes over the Buffy comes over the intercom and just started beatboxing. And the whole school just went crazy. And mind you, it was movies out like Beat Street and Breaking, you know what I mean? And Wild Style, you know what I'm saying?
Wild Style. You know, a lot of people don't know about that Wild Style.
Wild Style is really educational, you know what I mean? It's entertaining too, but it's really educational too, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get past that.
Right.
But man, once I seen those movies, man, I was influenced, man. New York hip hop influenced a Georgia boy down here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the mid '80s, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, once I started seeing those movies, Crush Groove, man, those movies influenced me, man. I mean, motivated me so much, man. Came to school with Adidas on, no shoelaces, keyDeaux. I mean, we got bit by the hip hop bug back in the '80s. I know, and during my time, during that time. So that's what made me want to do it, man, because I love what they were saying, you know what I mean? I love how they were saying something and they looked different, you know what I mean? They looked what we call urban now, you know what I mean? They was looking like urban warriors, you know what I'm saying? Like Grandmaster and the Furious Five, you know what I'm saying? These guys look like urban warriors.
Yeah.
Public Enemy, you know what I mean?
Right.
They was dressed up in the black, but they still was kind of chill with it. Come on, man, I mean, we can go all day, man. Big Daddy Kane, you know what I mean? Rakim, so it was the culture too, you know what I mean? The dancing, the DJing, the graffiti. So man, hip hop came with a whole gambit, man, and that what kind of inspired me, seeing other people doing it.
Right. But even then, back then, I'm saying back then,
For sure.
you guys could have did any kind of rap. You could have talked about anything.
Of course.
What was in you all's makeup, or more importantly, what was in your makeup that said, I want to tell somebody something that's going to be worth something for them? Because to me, that's what you all's music spoke of to me.
Right.
Where did that come from for you? Not just the Goodie Mob.
Yeah.
I'm saying for you as one of the 4 Goodie Mob members.
Man, coming up, it was me, my brother, and my mama. You feel what I'm saying? So we stayed there in this one little house by ourselves. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I want to do something, man, play football or something. I just want to get my mama a house, a car, or something. I just want to do something. And that didn't happen, you know what I mean? So once I got influenced by the music, the thing was all these late nights we out, away from the house, I had to have something to show for it, you know what I mean? So to go back to my mama and play some craziness, man, she's like, this is what you been out here doing? You feel me? So, but to come home and play a song like Guess Who, that's talking about our mothers, I'm talking about good job. So it was our parents first, man, you know what I'm saying? To go back home and have something to show for what you was doing out here in these streets, or late at nights when you ain't coming home, your mom and dad worry about where you at. This is the proof, mama. We was in the studio making beautiful music, making this album called Soul Food that we didn't know what was gonna happen. We was just bringing our perspectives from different zones, from different sides of town. So yeah, man, we wanted something we could play for our grandmamas and Big Daddy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some we could play for the youth too, you know what I mean? Of course, we did all that stuff, dirt, all type of things, but at that time, Most High wouldn't let us speak on that stuff. You know?
I love it, man. You know, just like sitting here with you, as you know, I told you on If You Don't Know Now You Know podcast,
Right.
is not really to talk about the accolades. It's really to talk about life issues, what you've been through, how you got through,
Right.
kind of thing.
True that.
How do you think you was able to get through when all of this other stuff was happening as a youngster, that you could have really got really into where that would have been your life, where others did do that?
Right.
Right?
Right.
What was in you that said, nah, I don't want to do that? Like, what was like, was it just mom? Was it just?
Yeah, man, it was, you know, coming up without a father, man, you know, you bump your head a lot, you know what I mean? And I just didn't want to see my mama crying, man, you know what I mean, a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because I got in a lot of trouble, and my thing was like, oh, man, I just don't want to see her crying, man. Like, oh, man, you just slime, you know what I mean? So that was my thing, man. My mother first, you know what I mean? And I had a little brother, too, that was watching me, too.
And how much younger is he to you?
He's like a year younger than me, but we be the same age for one day.
Oh, wow.
For 24 hours. His birthday, March 11th, mine's March 13th. So
Wow.
March the 12th, we'd be the same age for one day.
Ain't that something?
Man, that is crazy awesome.
I mean, how often do you hear something like that? Like, what the deal?
I almost was twins, right?
Yeah.
Twins, but yeah, man, just to see the hurt on my mama's face, man, and the disgust from my brother, cause my brother looking up to me. You know what I mean? So to come out and do something like Soul Food and still be able to teach the youth something, man, it was a job well done.
Yeah, it certainly was. So you got in trouble in the beginning years.
Right.
What made you do that? What made you get in trouble? What was the ploy? What was the anchor that said, let me go do this? And then later on we know you're not doing that, right? But what was that?
I mean, well, you know, like mom and dad always say, man, you're hanging with the wrong crowd, you know what I mean? And that's, you never, as a youth, you don't really see that until you bump your head a few times. You be like, dog, you know, mama said not to. Because there's a few guys that my mom used to see me with, she'd be like, nah, I don't like him.
See right through him.
I don't like him. But I didn't see that. I was like, man, mama, they're my partner right here. For real, you don't know him like I know him. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, it was that, man. Yeah.
So okay, so you was getting in trouble.
Just doing young
Look,
boy stuff.
look,
You know what
right,
I mean?
right.
I mean, just crazy stuff, man. You know what
Right.
I mean? That if
Foolish
Dad
stuff.
was at the crib, found that I did that, oh no, that was the last time you would have did that.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? So
right,
that's why
right.
a father is definitely important in the household.
So my question is this, when did the shift really happen from, like, can you pinpoint the date? Can you pinpoint the time? Did something happen and you said, that's it, I don't want to deal with this no more. I'm going to go, not so much the straight and narrow, but I don't want to do that no more. Like, do you remember that
Say
time?
music, man.
What was that?
Say
What was
music.
that?
Man, just being able to channel my energy to a whole different medium instead of going out acting on just being upset because I don't have a father in the house, or just being upset just period because my friends, they got daddies and mamas and I don't. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going on. But like I said, once I got introduced to music and then was being able to go over to the dungeon and fellowship with brothers with like minds like me, same age. Some of these brothers had fathers and mothers. I could look at them and go by their crib and just see how they interact with their family man. And, you know, I came home with some jewels, you know what I mean? So it was a gradual change. It wasn't an automatic change
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely say that music was another way that I could channel, you know what I'm saying, my aggressions.
So if let me ask this. Would you say if young black males, black and brown males, could find that something good to get into that would help them if they don't have the male in the household?
Man, yeah, I think so. And then it's each one teach one. It's like steel sharpens steel. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, had YMCAs and boys clubs and all that type of stuff, right?
I came up with that too.
You know how they had stuff on TV, Big
Communities,
Brothers and
yep,
stuff like that,
community
man.
centers,
That
all of
stuff
that.
is for real, man.
Yep.
That's real. Football, playing sports, you know what I mean? Coaches, you know what I'm saying? They're definitely trying to raise these young men, these young boys into men, you know what I mean? So it don't have to be music. It could be sports, or it could be something that technology or a hobby or anything. You know what I mean? It's just that how I was coming up, those options I didn't take those options. Sports didn't work for me. Working didn't work for me. Working a 9-to-5
A regular
job didn't
9 to
work for me.
5.
That didn't work for me. So now, Most High introduced music to me and said, okay, what you gonna do with this? And we used it to relay some type of message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you speak of Most High a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, when talking to you on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
Most High.
For you, I understand we grow up
Oh yeah, for sure.
around it, but for you as a man,
Right.
as a young man,
that really, the Most High name came out of my mouth in
1999.
1999. You know, growing up in the South, you're gonna have a background where you go to church. That's just a Southern thing, you know what I mean? But when you get older and you're able to read for yourself and research things for yourself and start finding out the true things, then you start using those things and you start speaking those things, and people like, oh, you said this. Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What you know about that? You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's all about a growth, man. Whether it's spiritual, mentally, or physical, it's about growing.
So that means you travel. I mean, I understand 1999, and I don't really want to skip over any of that.
True that.
But the fact is, you traveled a lot, right?
Right, yeah.
You've done a lot of moving, like a globe trotter,
Man,
like
I
doing
never
your
thought
thing.
that I was gonna be doing that type of movie, man. Never. I'm talking about a Georgia boy. I'm like, man, I'm good here. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't flying nowhere. I ain't doing nothing. But okay, we'll see.
So when this movement starts happening for you and the guys, especially for you,
Right.
what's going through your mind? Is it scary? Is it is it a sense of when is it gonna end? Is it gonna keep going? What is it for you?
For me, it was, man, putting Atlanta on the map, man. I can't go around it. I mean, putting Atlanta on the map because we were inspired by New York, the West Coast, the South Coast, man, Miami. And it's almost like the light is on you guys now. It's your turn now. So it's kind of like a scary thing, but it's like before you play a football game, you got that adrenaline. It's a little scary, but you need that to pop it off, you know what I mean? Because we went into some hostile areas, you know what I mean, where people were booing us and shooting birds and everything, you know what I mean? But that didn't stop us from delivering that soul food, what we had to tell these people, like, okay, y'all might not like it, but we not leaving until we done.
Wow, so you're getting these flipping the birds and the boos and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When you know you're good at what you do.
Right.
How do you get through? After you get off stage, because you go through the whole
right,
thing.
Right.
Now you're off stage,
right.
and now you got to deal with the boos that happened,
right,
the middle fingers,
right,
the whatever it was.
right.
What was that like? Take me there. Like, tell me, what was Khujo really, really, really feeling like as this dude from the inner city?
Right.
Atlanta.
Right.
We don't like to be punked, right?
Right.
I'm not from Atlanta.
Right.
But I understand the hood is the hood.
True.
We don't like to be punked.
True that.
Where we at with that?
Man, the thing about it is that we never really had to fight anybody. Never really had to get out there and draw blood from anybody, man. It was tough love for us because we kind of knew that people weren't gonna really understand what we were saying. Like when they was booing us at the Source Award when Outkast received that thing for the 5 mics, you know what I mean? So just imagine you in a whole big place, everybody is against you. And it's like, man, we didn't care, man. We would have took on everybody if we had to, man. But that was just tough love, because that was just preparing us for the next city that was gonna boo us. So when we came out the stage, it went like, oh man, they booing us.
Oh wow.
Man, it was like, man, that thing down, bam, we did that. They heard it.
Because you all knew who you were.
Man.
A lot of artists don't know who they are. A lot of people don't know who they are. You all had, like if I had gotten booed, and I'll tell you, I got booed one time being on stage. One time. It only took one time to get booed.
Yeah.
And I did what I was first in entertainment through theater. I took a theater show to the most known in Boston, because that's where I'm from.
Okay.
The Hollywood Talent Night, the same thing New Edition did, Bobby Brown.
Oh.
That was the thing. And I got booed. But it wasn't that I
Were
didn't.
you singing?
I was singing.
Okay.
It wasn't that I couldn't sing. I was light-skinned, and I had waves all over my head.
I'm jealous.
So guess who was booing me? It was the dudes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't fight nobody.
Okay.
I didn't fight nobody like y'all didn't.
Yeah.
But right there said, don't you ever get on stage and sing a song that is a theater song in this kind of crowd.
Oh man.
It'd be like going to, the Apollo Theater singing a theater song. You do not
Apollo was tough.
Listen.
Apollo was tough.
You do not take a theater song and take it to the Apollo Theater. Wrong audience. If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, now you know. Wow, yeah, Apollo, New York. Like I say, New York is like your cousin. When you go see your cousin, he always messing with you, you know what I'm saying? And he not gonna stop messing with you until you gain his respect. So we finally gained their respect.
Boy, did y'all.
Finally gained their respect. You know, you got to be saying something, man. I ain't, like I said, I ain't mad. New York is lyrics first, you know what I mean? And I'm not mad at that. And when we dropped that cell therapy, we hit them with something unexpected. They didn't expect that coming from the South.
Y'all had so much fire. Y'all was
Man, we was just, this like our first time going to New York, so
you're excited. You're giddy.
I'm excited, bro.
Like this is New York.
New York, man. First time meeting Wu-Tang.
Wow.
And they booed Wu-Tang too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Wu-Tang was not really from New York. They from
Yeah,
Staten
from
Island.
Staten Island, right.
So it's like they booing whoever not from New York.
Right.
It was an up top New York thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
So they thought.
Yeah, but it has to evolve. Everything has to evolve, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So-
And I like the way you put it. You say the civil rights of hip hop.
Civil rights of hip-hop.
And that's really what it was.
Right.
That's what it was, because New York, which I'm from Boston,
Mm-hmm.
so we sit under the umbrella of New York,
Of course. Yeah.
That was the way it was. And it's like, if someone has something, they want to keep it.
True that. True that.
And I know you all had to have some kind of conversation, like, we don't want to take them, we just want to add our flavor. Was that some of what was going through your mind?
I think so, man, because if you notice in our first albums, we wasn't talking about New York or dissing anybody. We was just really bringing our perspective of Atlanta, Georgia to the forefront, you know what I mean? So we didn't go in there like, man, you know, we gonna make the baddest album, man. We gonna make these folk respect us. Nah, it wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like that, brother. It was what you got. All right, this is what I got right here. I got this right here. Okay, you go ahead and lay that verse. Let me hear what it sound like. Oh man, that thing jamming. Who next? Who got their verse next? I got my verse next. All right. Oh man, it jamming. Let's put the hook down. Oh man, we done with this. Let's go to the next song. So man, it was about perfecting the craft. You know what I mean? Because when we first came out, when we first did our first song, you know what I mean? It wasn't gelling enough. You know what I mean? So we had to keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep getting that confidence. And like, man, we ready to go anywhere.
Right.
We ready to tell, we don't care who it is, we ready to tell them this story behind organized noise music. We're gonna tell them this story.
You know what's so dope, why I bring up all of this stuff is staying power. Like
Exactly.
what has kept Khujo to be like, I'm gonna stay in life. I'm not gonna quit. Because you all, civil rights of hip hop.
Civil rights.
You didn't know you was gonna be having to do that. You didn't know people was gonna boo you just because they want to boo you because blah, 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 blah.
Nope.
But each of you, especially, I'm talking to you right now, that staying power keeps you going still to this day.
True that.
But where does it come from? Where does that come from? Because you went through some bad times in life, right? You're
Right.
married, you got kids.
Right.
Life is life,
Right.
but you never gave up.
Yeah,
When you could have.
right, you're right, man. You know what, man? I mean, it's easy for me to say that people are just built like that. It's easy for me to say that. But when I was young playing football, I liked that. You know what I mean? I like that camaraderie. I like that we on the field. I like that rah-rah. I like that, man, we gonna exercise together. We gonna do everything as a team together. I like that, man. So I use the football mentality towards the music for me, towards the rap and towards that mentality. You know what I mean? So it's like if I'm going in the studio, it's like a game for me. It's like a football game. It's time to play.
But does it help you as a husband as well?
Well-
and a dad as well? Because you've been married how
course.
long now?
25.
That's a long time, right?
Right.
You have children, right?
Right.
How many children?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So really, yes, it's music, but
Right.
you're more a husband and a dad
True that.
than you are anything.
True
It's
that.
like that staying power to be able to
that.
just stay in
Man.
with your wife.
True that.
To continue to instill things in your
True that.
children.
True that.
Like that's what I want to talk
True
about.
that.
Like
True that.
where does this staying power come from? Like I know it's the Most High. I get that part.
Yeah.
But the reality is you still have to live your life.
Well, the thing about it, the Most High smiles on marriage. He loves marriage because he's married to his people. So when you're doing that, you feel what I'm saying? You're going to get that spirit. That spirit, whatever spirit that's in me that make me want to sit down and hug my sons and hug my wife and be with them and rather be time with them, sometimes that stuff is just unexplainable, you know what I mean? Because it was no instructions on how to be a father for me, you know what I mean? It's what you see on TV and what other people's families is doing, you know what I mean? So it was a trial and error thing for me, man. And I just got a double hand salute my wife too, because she's strong just like me too, you know what I mean? So you got two strong people doing it, man. You're gonna make it work, man, and we're gonna uplift each other. You feel me? So I definitely probably should have said that too, man. It's definitely each one teach one thing, man, and we learning constantly. But you gotta have that spirit in there, man, to make it happen. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. When I can't explain things, I put it on the Most High.
Yeah.
Because that's how we hear anyway.
Okay, so
Right.
you're this well-known rap star. You have these children, they grow up. Now they, like, when they're kids, they don't get it, but they're
Right.
grown now.
That's right.
And how old are your children?
My oldest one is 25.
Okay, and your youngest is?
21.
So they're grown.
Right.
They have to make a way for themselves.
True that.
And you have to instill that in them.
True that.
That, yes, you can get in the club, but it ain't about getting in the club, son. It's about, or using my name to get in the club or whatever.
True that.
What is that conversation like for Khujo with his children?
Well, my children, my sons, they're in college right now. 3 of them go to Barnesville, Gordon State College, and my other son goes to Kennesaw. I didn't beat music into them like, I want you to be a rapper. I want you to be in the music industry. No. I didn't even toss that around. I didn't even do that. I wanted them to go to school, have an education, learn how to think, be around other people so you can be sociable. You know what I mean? That was my thing. That's the conversation that we have. Let's do this, and if you want to do music, fine. That's cool. But that wasn't the first thing that I wanted them to pursue. You know, it's more things than music, and there's more things in music than just rapping or just DJing. There's other intricate parts to that too. So one of my sons is going to school for business management, you know what I mean? So maybe he want to do that later, maybe not, but I didn't want to push music on them because you got to be a specific type of person for this business, you know what I mean? Because it's cutthroat at one time. You got to have a short memory, you know what I mean? And
let me ask you this question. Short memory, define that for us.
A short memory, whereas, man, somebody might have did you wrong in the music industry, or dude might not have paid you for something, or somebody might have did something to you. You know what I'm saying? Just like
why do you have this short memory? How does it help? How does it help you, or how did it help?
It's just like losing a game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You gotta have a short memory. You know what I'm saying? You done lost that game.
Get back at it.
You gotta get back at it. You got a game the next weekend. You feel me? So just like this, you can't sit there and cry over spilled milk. Let's get it. Use that as to catapult you into going even harder. You know what I mean? Let's not take it to a physical thing. Let's keep it mentally. You know what I mean? Like people say, we're playing chess, not checkers. You feel me? So yeah, you got to have a short-term memory, man. Get in there, man. Just do what you got to do, man. Think about your family in the back of your mind, and put all that other stuff away.
Yeah, in doing my research on you, I did a lot.
Okay.
You talk about your wife a lot.
Okay.
You talk about her a lot.
Right.
And it's refreshing. It's inspirational.
Yeah.
Was it always that way the first day you all got together?
Yeah.
How do you maintain that?
How do we maintain that? Man, we together a lot. You know what I mean? We laugh a lot, man. Man, we was friends first. You know what I mean? We hung out a lot, and that just went on into something way deeper than that. You know what I mean? that we got this love for each other. And man, we wanted to start a family, man. We got a whole family now. It was just one little boy, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, we got a whole family, man. So man, she been with me through my my accident when I had got my leg amputated. And she's been there through thick and thin, man. Thick
That's
and thin.
dope.
And I like to tell young brothers that's why I like to say my wife, not my girlfriend, or not my girl. That's totally different from a wife, you know what I mean? And I encourage all these young brothers, if it's someone you like that, and you guys are right here together, man, go ahead and consummate that thing, man, and get that blessing, man. Because the blessing gonna come. The blessing come through the man. So if you doing something crooked, you think you're gonna get a blessing? Or you think it is a blessing? So yeah, I definitely encourage these brothers out here, man. Man, get married if you're gonna be with your girl, get married.
Yeah. Why do you suppose they don't want to get married?
Commitment. They're scared of commitment, because that used to be my thing. No, don't be scared of commitment. Don't be scared of commitment.
Wow. Yeah, so, you know, you had your injury.
Right.
You're going through life. Life, in some ways, I think I read something like it just stopped. It seemed like life stopped.
It did. It did.
Because you was just going about what you do as a businessman.
Yeah.
How did you get through?
Get it back.
Like, you know, like, it's a part of you is gone.
Tough.
And when this happens, probably not now. You probably don't even think about it now. But back then, I can remember, I'm in the house. This is some years back. I'm downstairs in the basement. My oldest daughter's probably about 3 years old, something like that. Go in the basement, and I cut my eye because I was cleaning up the plate.
Right.
And it cut my eye.
Yeah.
I screamed like a baby.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind is Sammy Davis Jr. I held my eye. I thought the thing went through my eye. That was just a portion of my fear, right? But it has a little small cut. I had to go to plastic surgeon, and I was good. And we laughed about it.
Right.
More because I cried like a baby.
Yeah, right.
Now you're in the reality of
Right.
not having this, when you hear this first conversation, well, you know,
Right.
I don't know how I would have dealt with that. I really don't. And the power of God, the Most High, got you through. But I couldn't think that it was easy to get through.
Nah, it wasn't. You think that way until it happens to you.
Okay.
Until it happens, because a lot of people told me that, especially Sleepy Brian's like, man, Joe, man, I don't know how I would get through that, man, if that happened. Yeah, you're right, because you don't know until it happens. You know what I mean? But when it did happen, I can remember them rolling me into the hospital, the doctor telling me, man, we're gonna have to amputate you. I was like, what? For real? I couldn't believe it, man. I thought I was dreaming, man. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So,
any tears at this?
Oh, yeah. One just coming down right here. I can remember just laying on the gurney, just like, coming
Were you there by yourself at this moment, or your wife was there at this moment?
I was there by myself at that time. Yeah, by that time.
And everyone, whoever was in the room was not in the room. You just talking to God.
Actually, yep. I'm like, yep. Just talking to myself like, oh, man, I can't believe this. The dude was like, yeah, we're going to have to amputate it. And I woke up after the amputation, after this gone, looking down like, wow, now what I'm going to do? Nobody want to see a one-legged rapper.
So you thought?
Oh, yeah. I was like, man, that's it. That's it for me, man. Like, who wants to see a one-legged rapper on the stage? Who wants to see that? So started going down, 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 until the anesthesiologist, the people that put you to sleep, anesthetist, I think that's what it is, my wife gonna kill me. He was in there, he said, let me show you something. So he lifted up his leg, and I seen that he had he was an amputee too. So I was like, so that gave me a little confidence. You know what I mean? This is a guy putting people to sleep and is an amputee. So, you know, you got to get your inspiration from where you can. You got to steal your inspiration. You got to steal it. So dude he inspired me, gave me some information on a guy named Erdo. He did an Erdo procedure.
Erdo.
A Erdo procedure, yeah. So I had to fly to Sacramento to get this Erdo procedure. And what the Erdo procedure does, it allows you to put more weight on a prosthetic. So these are your two bones in your lower leg. So what the Erdo procedure is, it does that.
Rounds it out.
It rounds it out, so it won't be these two bones that's sticking down like that.
Wow.
So once he gave me that type of confidence, so I was like, okay. Then my mom, my wife, and my sons, I can remember one of my sons said, Dad, I'm gonna walk for you. I'll be your legs for you. Young, I'm talking about babies. Babies telling big grown man that. So, yeah, I got a lot of strength from a lot of people, so, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you said something interesting to me, is if it happened to you, then you would just have to deal with it.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
But there are also other stories of people who go through tragedy like that,
And can't deal
that don't deal with it.
Right, true.
And I'm saying that because there's a certain staying power that you have, man, that it was put in you, man.
Right.
Like, there's no way that I can not pause to say to you, dude, I hear what you're saying, but you got some strength that normal people don't have. There's people that they have their legs the whole time.
Right.
And they don't get nothing done.
Right.
And they make all the excuses in the world.
True
But
that.
you're here, like, doing a new album, losing sleep to put the lyrics on the beat, or helping put the beat together,
Right.
or talking to someone over in this state to another state, trying to bring it all together.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's no way that the success of Khujo is not gonna happen,
True that.
because the strength is there.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, brother. I mean, I hear you too, man. I hadn't heard it like that before. I hadn't heard it like this before. I mean, a lot of people say a lot of things, but yeah, I'm definitely hearing what you're saying now.
You know, and it's like, yes, there's Goodie Mob,
Right.
and all of you all added to that truth, right?
Yep.
For that time.
Right.
But your added value to Goodie Mob could have been what I'm talking about, that extra strength that everybody needed to hear.
True that.
You know what I mean? During these times of challenges, and you're still doing it. Now you're doing it with your wife, and you're doing it with your kids.
True that.
And you're doing it with me. You know, I'm just a bit older than you, but I sit back and I'm like, yo, like, why am I complaining? Why would I complain when this man is, like, unstoppable?
Hey, man.
And maybe you don't feel that way about yourself, but you are unstoppable, bro.
Wow. I do a lot of praying too. I do. I look at Samson, right? People think Samson is a big guy, and Samson was not a big guy. The reason why he wasn't a big guy, because people was asking, where you get your strength from? So if they asked him where you get your strength from, apparently he's not a big guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Good point.
So it's definitely it's about some other stuff, man. Like I said, our people been through a lot. And we're some strong people, you know what I mean? So maybe it's that from the ancestors, you know what I mean?
Right.
From our people like that, because we definitely been through some things, and for us to still be here, able to smile and do things like this, so we got that strength too, you know what I mean? So yeah, I like to say Judah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The tribe of Judah.
I like to say Judah.
You know, when you decided to do this new album and everything, just before you decided, where were you at mentally?
This new album, it's called Area 52, not Area 51. I was actually letting people know this is the thought process of a black man in America at the age of 51 or 52, however you want to do it. So before making that record, man, I was just sitting down, just contemplating some things, man. Things that come to my mind. I go downstairs, I got a little studio, go downstairs, jot it down, but still life was still going on too. So at the end of the day, it's about, it's life. It's my perspective of life, how I feel, some thoughts that I haven't revealed. You know what I'm saying? I can go to my music and I can tell it all to my music. You know what I mean? So music is therapeutic to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm actually a quiet person. My wife would tell you, I'm at home, I'm the quietest person in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always thinking about some things like, man, you guys, wives, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking about life in the future, you know what I'm saying? Still try to have time to be creative, entertaining, you know what I mean? Giving somebody something to grow on. You know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure, but this is what I signed up for. You know what I mean? And then when I need strength, I just ask for it. And I just wait to see what the Most High gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been around the world, you've done all of these things.
Right.
What is your free time like? Like how do you free time you to get away from all of that?
All of that.
Whatever that
It's family, man. It's family, man. I used to think that was so cliche, man. I seen Ice Cube do something right on an interview. Dude say, man, what you like to do, man, when you not doing this? You know what he said?
What's that?
He said, man, I like kicking it with my wife. I was like, whoa, that's kind of deep, man. He didn't say nothing else. He could have.
Yeah,
I just like kicking it with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay. So when I'm out of town and come back home, I can't wait to get back home. Can't wait to get back home to my house, to smell my house, to see my house, even if it's dirty. See my house, see my boys, see my wife, sit down in my chair, man, hit the TV, man, see if the Hawks on. See if the Braves playing today. See if the Falcons playing, man, you know? So time is fast, man. Time gets by. So you might as well, when you get a chance, sit down and, man, smell them flowers, man. That's kind of what I do. It took me a minute to be able to realize that, you know what I mean? Because once you're going, it's music. No, just take a pause for a minute. It ain't going nowhere. Take a pause to smell the flowers and see what you got going around, because you never miss it until it's gone.
Right.
At the end of the day, so.
Right, and a lot of people in entertainment, they think it never is gonna leave.
Never gonna stop. It's gonna be like that all the time.
But it's like this.
It is.
And it only goes back up if you're serious about it.
It is.
That's what it's been for me in my life.
It is. It's an up and down thing, but the thing about it is, man, if you got genuine people that you started with, that kind of makes the up and down a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to level out, you know what I mean? But then once you get this little creative spurt, man, and you don't care if you don't do 1 billion streams, you know what I'm saying? It's for the people that mess with Khujo Goodie. It's for the people that like Khujo Goodie, you know what I'm talking about? I don't care about 1 million, it's okay. At this point, it ain't about the money no more. It ain't about the money because they cheating us out the money anyway, so it ain't even about the money no more.
Right. And if you was talking to a young person or someone just coming in the game at whatever age they are, what would you tell them to look out for as relating to business?
Business. I would tell them, don't sell your publishing until you're ready to retire. That's one very important thing that Curtis Mayfield instilled in us when we was recording in his studio. Don't sell your publishing until you're ready to retire. Get you a good lawyer. And
retire means you don't want to do...
Retire means like Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly Mays.
Like he's just now saying.
He's just not saying.
I don't want to do it.
I'm good. I think he's like 80 something.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, around about that time. So I got a little while to go. You know what I mean? I still got some catching up to do because I still feel like I hadn't done enough.
Right. And
Still feel like I hadn't done enough.
That's good because that means we get more views.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like doing a record without your boys?
Well, the pros and cons of that, because I started out doing stuff by myself. When I first got bit by the hip hop bug, I didn't go try to find a group or anything. I wanted to do it myself, see what it sounded like. So once I got with a group, I was like, oh man, it's competition. And everybody is good. So it's like.
And everybody's good.
Everybody is good. So it's like, man, to come after one of those good guys, man, it's like, it's like petrified, man, because it's like, man, you are on.
Are you going to make this record? Am I going to be able to make this?
Am I going to be able to compliment the next man? Am I going to be able to take it to the next level? You know what I mean? So that was always my thing, because I always was like, oh man, T-Mo bust hard, man. That's a dope verse, man. How did he write that? Then here come Gip. I'm like, oh man. Now I got pressure. I got pressure on me now, man. So it's like, man, what am I gonna do, man? How am I gonna start? That was always my thing. Like, man, these guys are good, man. These guys are bringing it, man. It's like, man, they bringing their perspective. And I'm like, man, Joe, you just need to bring your perspective. Do it how you do it. They gonna do it how they do it. Man, you do it how you do it, man. You do it to the best of your ability. And that's why I came off the way I came off, because competition, it might not have been competition, but it kind of felt like a little competition, friendly competition.
Really?
And it made me better.
Yeah.
I got 4 albums with those brothers. Man, if I hadn't learned then out those 4 albums, man, I need to just drop the mic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that is definitely fueling my my fire, because I got a sturdy foundation that everybody can't say that they got that foundation. Right. So right now I might as well use that to the best of my ability while I'm still feeling it. You know what I mean? While I still can do it. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
And man, your energy, I mean, I watch you on social media, man. Your energy is just compared to none.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, you just keep it going, and it's all love.
That's it.
Like, it's like literally authentic love, like you want to see people win.
I do, brother. I want to see people win. Because when you get a large amount of people winning, man, the vibe just spreads, man. It's contagious. Like, you on a team, and you got people that's on the bench that ain't played, but we won. We won, right? Even if you get to the championship, man, even the trainers, the cleaners, the people in the locker room, they get a ring. We won. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like that one person that you think ain't worth that, man, he helped us win, man. So, man, I love to see people winning, because that gets rid of the hate. You know what I mean? That gets rid of all the malice, all the uncertainties, man, because we winning. We winning. Why we don't want to see each other win? I can't understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get past that.
Yeah.
In a minute.
I think we're doing better as a people.
I think so too.
You know, but we also know that we got to do better.
Of course.
We're doing better, but we got to
do better. That's right.
Because we actually, being in our 50s, we understand that there's more that we can do.
Of course.
Or more that can happen and be done.
Right, right.
So that we can, you know, pass the torch, move.
You said it, brother. You said it. We got to groom the next generation the right way, because right now the way the music is, it's not, because they used to say, well, hip hop is #1 and it's this and it's that and it's that. Well, you got some hip hop that's giving us a bad name. You know what I mean? So it's like we got to instill that in the new generation coming up, man. Longevity, man. Put something in your rap, man, that's the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not about that happened at the crib, around the crib. I'm talking about truth, some historical truth.
Historical.
Right. So that's the reason I think, along with other things, that why Goodie Mob got this longevity, why I have this longevity, because of the things that we talked about in 1995, still resonating now. You know what I mean? Just like a Marvin Gaye album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still gonna resonate now because it was true.
It was true.
It was the real, man.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Come on, man. That's gonna transcend time, man, forever.
Forever.
What's going on?
We'll be gone and it's still going.
Man, yeah.
Likewise to the Goodie Mob.
Of course, yeah.
That's why I was just so super excited. We had tried the best to get you and whatever, and then you picked up.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, this is dope. Like, I didn't mind making the next call. I didn't mind Cierra calling you 2-3 times or emailing 3-4 times, whatever it was.
Right.
You stayed with us because you wanted to share your story.
I did.
And you wanted to let people know that I've never left.
Right.
Check out my new album.
Right, Area 51, man.
Like, and it sounds good. Like sometimes people that have been in the game a long time, they stick to just what they're used to.
That's right.
That's not what I'm hearing out of the records.
Thank you, bro.
I don't hear that.
Appreciate that.
I hear Khujo.
Yes, sir.
Like that's the signature sound.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yep.
But it doesn't sound like 1995.
Wow, that's.
And I'm sure that's what you was saying in there. Man, this stuff can't be sounding like when I was with I love my guys, but it can't sound like, back in 2000, man.
Right, man. Yeah, no, I had to, it's a lot of other people listening to music now, you know what I mean? So it's got to be fresh, you know what I mean? It still got to be kind of witty a little bit, you know what I mean? Still had that old flavor to it, but still got to resonate now, you know what I mean? That's why one of the songs I got called Long Ago, featuring Radio 3000, is about things that I reminisce about what I used to do in the past in high school, you know what I mean? And that I'm here now, things that I was doing in high school could have got me killed, you know what I mean? But now I'm still here and I can, we could think about those things, man, and you're supposed to learn from your mistakes, you know what I mean? Right. So I learned from listening to myself, you know what I mean? So that's the great part about it, man. You gotta learn too, man. You can't stop learning.
How many records on your album?
12.
12.
12 records is on this.
Right now, which one do you like right now?
Which one I like right now?
It better be the single.
I love the single, man. It's another one on there called Been On. And it's hard because it's like I've been on the road. I've been out of town, or I've been working, you know what I mean? So it's that type of feeling and then just explaining to your significant other, like, I know you don't want me to go, but you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. This is my job. You know what I mean? So
that is.
I love those two songs because it's different from the rest of the songs on the album because I'm more like of an aggressive type of MC. I don't try to come off like that, but that's just when I hear my voice in the earphones,
right,
it makes me come off like that. You know what I mean? So if it's a song like,
and that's what we love, though.
Hey, man, I can't help it, man. That's that football in me, man. Coming off that line like that, you got to have that impact first, you know what I mean? But I like those two songs because it balances me out, you know what I mean? Just in case of a sister want to listen to the song, like, dog, Khujo, okay, been on, all right, long ago, okay, I like that. So, man, I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning to have a variety in my music, you know what I'm saying? So the whole album won't sound the same, man. So big up the Organized Noise and Goodie Mob for the blueprint, man. You know what I mean? I guess I learned
That was your
something.
training camp.
Yes, man. And I had a
You didn't go to the military, but that was military.
Hey, Bessie wanted me to go to the military. Mom wanted me in the military. But I was like, nah, I think I like this music. I'm gonna stick with this music thing.
That's so great, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man, and sharing because having you on here helps not just the artist that's out there, but it helps people that love your music, that are just doing a normal, what they call normal type of life.
True that.
Going
true
to
that.
a regular 9 to 5.
True
And there's
that.
nothing wrong with that. We know that.
True
As a
that.
matter of fact, a regular 9 to 5, you pay your bills quicker.
Man.
Instead of waiting for the big check
For
to
the
come.
big check, man.
You know, after the music's been played for
Bro,
6
all
months.
of us was in that same situation before we did our music. Once the music came on the radio, one of the brothers just quit his job, just ran off the job. So, man, we was doing all type of things, man. But you got the idle mind is the devil's workshop.
No
so
doubt.
You got to have something
Right.
to take your mind off of mischievous stuff, or you're not gonna even make it there. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
Right.
So, man, I definitely double hand salute, man, all the hard workers out there that's doing that thing, because that's how this country's built. The country's built on people that's working 9 to 5, brother.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So,
Nothing but respect.
that's right.
Yeah, so that's why I was happy you came on, because it ain't all about the music. It's
For
about
sure.
real life.
Yeah, yeah.
And you love to talk about real life.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Thank you, man, for never giving up
Hey.
after your accident with
Yeah.
many.
Well, you know what? It wasn't an accident, because everything is meant to happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's purposed.
It's purpose. So, yeah, I think if that hadn't happened, man, it'd been a totally different thing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I do.
yeah, I think it'd be a totally different thing. But
And
it
I
could've
feel
been-
that way too. Everything happens,
Right.
and God, like, we might say, man, I don't know, whatever.
right,
And really, it's like God allowed this to happen because this is how I feel. It was supposed to happen.
of course.
You know,
Right.
we in our minds as humans, we're like, if I didn't go down that street, or if I didn't yell at that person, if I didn't go in that store,
Right,
you know, if I didn't say those things,
right, right.
you know, but everything's a learning process.
True that.
You know, and that's why the podcast is here, is to let people know if they don't know. Now
you
they
know. That's real. That's real.
1,000.
No, it's no mistakes. No such things as mistakes. Everything
you.
is happening for a reason already written out. You just got to play the part.
Pay the pot.
Yep. Yep.
Well, there you have it. If you don't know, now you know. Khujo Goodie told us all right here today that it happens because it's supposed to happen. And if you can't get with that, you're not listening well. Just rewind back and play this interview all over again, and you will find out. If you don't know, now you know.
Love that. I love
Silos.